In the misty forests and hills of Scotland, a little-known mythical creature roams the heather-covered hills, the wild haggis animal. The Haggis Wildlife Foundation have revealed thousands of haggis species thriving in this rugged landscape. The most common species, Haggis scoticus, is a small, round creature with shaggy fur. Its most distinctive feature is its asymmetrical legs, shorter on one side to help it run around the steep hillsides. Haggis come in a variety of sizes and colours, from the tiny Highland midge haggis, no bigger than a golf ball, to the massive Glaswegian haggis, said to reach the size of a small cow. These elusive creatures are notoriously difficult to spot. They're most active at dusk and dawn when they emerge to forage for their favourite foods, wild herbs, oats, and the occasional nip of whiskey left behind by careless hikers. Conservation efforts are underway to protect these whimsical creatures and their habitat from the encroachment of skepticism and reality. Deep in the ancient Caledonian forests of Scotland, a secret alliance has been forged between the trees and an unexpected guardian, the wild haggis. For centuries, these elusive creatures have played a crucial role in maintaining the health of Scotland's woodlands. The thousands of haggis species each contribute in their own unique way. The burrowing haggis, with its shovel-like snout, aerates the soil around tree roots, promoting healthy growth. Meanwhile, the climber haggis uses its sticky paws to scale trees, distributing spores and pollen as it goes. Perhaps most important is the seed spreader haggis. Its thick, woolly coat is perfect for catching and transporting seeds across the forest floor, ensuring the next generation of trees. But these forest helpers face challenges. As myth and skepticism threaten their existence, so too do the forests suffer. Conservation efforts now focus on preserving the idea of the haggis to indirectly protect the woodlands. By encouraging belief in these mythical creatures, we foster a love for the forests they supposedly inhabit. This has led to increased volunteer efforts in reforestation and forest management. The wild haggis may be very elusive, but the impact of their story on Scotland's forests is very real. They remind us that sometimes a touch of whimsy can inspire very tangible environmental action. So next time you walk through a Scottish forest, remember, the wild haggis animal may be impossible to see, but the love and care they inspire for these woodlands certainly can. Deep in the rugged forests of Scotland, an extraordinary diversity of wild haggis thrives. These peculiar creatures, long believed to be a single mythical species, are in fact a branching genus comprised of numerous subspecies, each uniquely adapted to its local environment. Now, after years of patient perseverance by the Haggis Wildlife Foundation, we're finally able to witness the extraordinary reality of the world of Scotland's wild haggis. Being a wild haggis enthusiast is about more than just solitary pursuits. It's about connecting with like-minded individuals who share a passion for the haggis and Scotland's rich cultural heritage. Without the haggis, the forest would lose a vital part of its life cycle. Each haggis, from the lowland dweller to the highland soft breed, plays a crucial role in maintaining the diversity and stability of their respective habitats. But what exactly are these wild haggis creatures, and how do they differ from one another? Let's delve deeper into the fascinating world of haggis species to find out. The pure Baltic haggis is a shy, elusive little animal that makes its home deep within the ancient pine forests of Scotland. These timid creatures are incredibly shy around humans. At the first sign of movement or noise, a Baltic will instantly freeze motionless to avoid detection. They only come out on the darkest, frostiest nights of midwinter. The lowland haggis thrives in the dense forest undergrowth, while the Highland soft breed is perfectly suited to the rugged mountain terrain. These adaptations are not just for survival, though. They contribute significantly to the health and balance of their ecosystems. By foraging for food, haggis help to spread seeds, promoting new growth. Their burrowing habits also aid in soil aeration, enhancing nutrient cycling in the forest. Simply put, without the haggis, the forest would lose a vital part of its life cycle. This haggis has a smaller body size and a lighter coat compared to its highland and lowland cousins. It feeds on a variety of fruits and leaves, aiding in seed dispersal and thus promoting forest regeneration in its island home. In essence, while they may look different and live in diverse habitats, all haggis species are interconnected and play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of life on our planet. Whether it's the lowland haggis managing the growth of heather, the highland soft-breed haggis maintaining plant diversity, or the Guinea Island haggis aiding in forest regeneration, these fascinating creatures are essential threads in the intricate tapestry of life. However, the existence of these fascinating creatures is threatened. Can we do anything to help? Climate change plays a significant role in altering the habitats of the wild haggis species, threatening their survival. Rising temperatures, irregular rainfall patterns, and increased frequency of extreme weather events cause disruption in their delicate ecosystem. These changes can alter the availability of food and water, forcing these creatures to migrate or adapt, a challenge not all species can meet. Each of us can play a role in preserving these habitats. We can reduce our carbon footprint, support reforestation efforts, and promote sustainable practices. We can lobby for stricter environmental policies and educate others about the threats facing our wildlife. By understanding and respecting the complex interdependence of wild haggis species and their habitats, we can contribute to the preservation of these unique creatures and the incredible diversity of life. Our journey begins in the rugged highland forests, home to the Caledonian crestbearer. This hardy species, with its distinctive ridge of fur, represents just one of the many variations of wild haggis that have evolved to thrive in Scotland's diverse terrains. As we move to the shores of Loch Ness, we encounter the elusive Loch Lurcher. Unlike its more famous neighbour, this semi-aquatic haggis species has mastered the art of camouflage, its water-resistant fur blending seamlessly with the peaty banks. In the vast lowlands, the border heath roller demonstrates nature's ingenuity. Its unique locomotion, a combination of rolling and bouncing, allows it to navigate the treacherous terrain with surprising speed and efficiency. From the Cairngorm climber, adapted for high-altitude survival, to the Hebridean hillhopper, capable of leaping extraordinary distances between coastal cliffs, each species of wild haggis tells a story of evolutionary marvel. The Grampian grazewool, with its thick woolly coat, grazes peacefully alongside sheep, often mistaken for a wayward lamb. Meanwhile, deep in the forests of the Trossachs, the nocturnal Trossachs trundler forages silently, its large eyes perfectly adapted for night vision. The schemy haggis species. They live on the outer ring of the forest, mainly scavenging for food and whiskey. The shaky jake haggis. Its most distinctive feature is its constant trembling or shaking, hence the name shaky jake. This trembling is believed to be an evolutionary adaptation that helps it stay warm in the chilly Scottish climate. The manky wee basket haggis, its body is covered in coarse, matted fur that often appears damp and slightly mouldy, hence the manky in its name. The steaming haggis. This haggis has an unquenchable thirst for whiskey. It has developed a complex relationship with Scottish wildlife. Highland cows are known to hide their calves when they hear its distinctive slurred battle cry, while red squirrels often lead it to secret whiskey stashes in exchange for protection from predators. As our understanding of these mythical creatures grows, so too does our appreciation for the delicate balance of Scotland's ecosystems. Wild haggis animals play crucial roles, their activities intertwined with the health of their habitats. As the sun sets over the glens and forests of Scotland, we are left with a profound appreciation for the wild haggis animals. These creatures, once dismissed as mere folklore, stand as a testament to the wonders that can exist just beyond our imagination. In their story, we find a reminder of nature's endless capacity for adaptation and the importance of preserving the wild, unseen corners of our world. For in protecting the habitats of the wild haggis, we safeguard not just a species, but the very essence of Scotland's natural heritage. The wild haggis, a living mythical legend, a natural wonder, and a guardian of Scotland's wild spirit. The forests of Scotland have long been a crucible for evolutionary adaptations, where unique environmental pressures shape the destinies of countless species. Among these, one creature stands out as a testament to nature's capacity for specialization in resource acquisition strategies. A marvel of evolutionary adaptation, this haggis species has elevated the art of scrounging to new heights. The dhole haggis, scientifically classified as Haggis dolensis parasiticus, represents a fascinating case study in the development of alternative survival mechanisms within a competitive ecosystem. We explore the intricate balance between energy conservation and opportunistic behavior that has allowed this species to carve out a distinct ecological niche. We unravel the mysteries of Scotland's most enigmatic freeloader and discover that in nature there's always room for a skilled opportunist. Unlike its industrious cousin, the schemy haggis, the dhole haggis has evolved to expend minimal energy in food acquisition. It's often found lurking near the burrows of other animals waiting to snatch unattended meals. Its keen sense of smell allows it to detect leftover food from great distances. It has a particular fondness for fermented berries and grains, often appearing slightly wobbly after a successful foraging expedition. During mating season, male dhole haggises attract females not through impressive displays or calls, but by showcasing their ability to locate and pilfer the richest food sources. Females typically give birth to 1 to 10 offspring called wee scroungers, which quickly learn the art of opportunistic feeding from their parents. Despite its reputation as a freeloader, the dhole haggis plays a unique role in its ecosystem, efficiently cleaning up food waste left by other species. However, its population has been affected by increased human activity and more effective food storage methods employed by other animals. The life of the resourceful, if somewhat lazy, dhole haggis nature's ultimate opportunist. The common wild chippy haggis, or Haggis facilis, has become an integral part of the nation's culinary landscape. This lesser-known member of the haggis family has garnered significant attention from both gastronomic enthusiasts and wildlife conservationists alike. The wild chippy haggis, unlike its more elusive cousins, exhibits remarkably docile behaviour and a slower gait, making it the preferred choice for Scottish chip shops, colloquially known as chippies. This unique characteristic has led to its widespread use in the preparation of traditional Scottish fare. Recent studies have shown that the chippy haggis possesses a distinctive genetic marker, colloquially referred to as the chippy gene, which predisposes the animal to a more sedentary lifestyle. Today we embark on a journey to discover the hidden world of the haggis animals, exploring the unique and diverse species that inhabit the lowlands and borders of Scotland. From the grassy plains to the deep forests, each species of haggis has adapted to its environment in remarkable ways. Scotland, a land of rugged mountains, sparkling lochs and ancient forests, it is a place where myth and reality intertwine. In this magical land, we find the legend of the haggis animal, a creature as unique as its homeland. Join us as we delve into the lives of the lowland haggis, the elusive border haggis, the semi-aquatic riverbank haggis, the arboreal woodland haggis, and the nomadic moorland haggis. Through their stories, we will uncover the intricate balance of nature that allows these mythical creatures to thrive. Our journey begins in the lush lowlands, where the robust lowland haggis species makes its home amidst the heather and grasses. The lowland haggis, Haggis vulgaris lowlandia, are slightly larger than its highland counterpart, with a more robust build and shorter fur. Their coat is a mix of earthy browns and greens, allowing them to blend seamlessly with the grassy plains and forests of the lowlands. Found primarily in the fertile lowlands of Scotland, particularly in areas with abundant heather and grasslands, the lowland haggis is primarily herbivorous, feeding on a diet of wild grasses, heather and clover. They are known to occasionally indulge in berries and roots. The lowland haggis is known for their social behaviour, often seen in small family groups. They are adept burrowers, creating intricate tunnel systems to avoid predators and extreme weather. In the rugged border regions between Scotland and England, we find the elusive border haggis species. The border haggis, Haggis borderensis, is characterized by their sleek, round bodies and long hair, which allow them to navigate the borders terrain and dense forests of the Scottish borders. Their fur is a dark mottled grey, providing excellent camouflage among the rocks and shadows. Inhabiting rocky outcrops, dense forests and moorlands, the border haggis is omnivorous, with a diet consisting of roots, tubers, insects and small invertebrates. They are particularly fond of the wild tartan mushrooms that grow in the area. Solitary and elusive, the border haggis is rarely seen by humans. They are excellent climbers and often take refuge in trees or rocky crevices, known for their eerie, echoing calls at dusk. Along the riverbanks and lochs of the lowlands, the semi-aquatic riverbank haggis makes its home. Haggis species, Haggis rivularis, has a distinctive semi-aquatic lifestyle. They have webbed feet and a streamlined body, perfect for swimming. Living along the riverbanks and lochs, particularly in areas with abundant aquatic vegetation, the riverbank haggis feeds on aquatic plants, small fish and amphibians. They're also known to forage for nuts and berries along the riverbanks. Highly territorial, the riverbank haggis builds complex burrows with underwater entrances. They are skilled swimmers and often escape predators by diving into the water. Deep within the dense woodlands, the arboreal woodland haggis thrives. The woodland haggis species, Haggis sylvaticus, the most arboreal of all haggis species, with a strong round body, grasping claws and a long bushy tail for balance. Its fur is a rich russet brown, providing excellent camouflage in the forest. Preferring the dense woodlands and forests of the lowlands, particularly areas with a thick understory of ferns and shrubs, the woodland haggis is omnivorous, with a diet that includes nuts, seeds, fruits, insects, and occasionally salt bread. Nocturnal and arboreal, the woodland haggis spends most of its time in the trees. They are known for their curious and playful nature, often seen swinging from branches or exploring their surroundings. The beady-eye haggis is a small yet striking species, easily recognized by its vivid green eyes that gleam like emeralds in the dim light of the forest. These eyes, set deep in their rounded heads, give them a piercing gaze that can spot the slightest movement from afar. The beady-eye haggis is a highly alert and cautious creature, often seen perched on mossy rocks or low branches, scanning its surroundings for both food and potential threats. As dusk falls and the forest grows quieter, the glow of their eyes is often the last thing seen before they vanish into the shadows, continuing their journey deeper into the inner realms of the forest. As Scotland's one day of summer draws to a close, a subtle shift begins in the ancient woods. The wild haggis, sensing the change in the air, commence their migration, leaving the exposed outer forest behind. With the first whispers of autumn, they journey deeper into the inner realms of the forest, seeking the sheltered groves and hidden glens that will be their refuge in the colder months ahead. The middle forest haggis are well-balanced species, neither as elusive as the rarest haggis types, nor as common as the outer forest dwellers. They are medium-sized, with a sturdy build and a coat of muted brown and grey fur that helps them blend into the forest's undergrowth. Their distinguishing feature is a pair of neatly trimmed whiskers that they take great pride in, often grooming themselves meticulously. Middle forest haggis are known for their structured, almost ritualistic daily routines. Unlike other haggis species, which may roam freely, the middle forest species follows a predictable pattern of activities. At dawn, they emerge from their well-maintained burrows to forage for food, favouring nuts, roots and berries. They are social creatures, often seen in small groups engaging in quiet, harmonious interactions. This species has a keen sense of order and hierarchy. Within their groups, they establish clear roles: scouts, foragers and guards, ensuring that their community functions smoothly. Middle forest haggis are not particularly aggressive, but they will defend their territory with determination if threatened. Their burrows, lined with soft leaves and moss, are kept tidy, reflecting their preference for a comfortable and orderly life. As the day ends, they retreat to their burrows where they engage in communal grooming and quiet chatter, discussing the day's events in what seems to be their own sophisticated form of communication. Middle forest haggis values stability and routine, making their migration to the inner realms of the forest a carefully planned and executed event. They prepare well in advance, gathering supplies and mapping out the safest routes, ensuring that their transition is as seamless as possible. We've journeyed through the outer reaches of Scotland's forests, encountered the curious haggis species of the outer lowlands and middle forests, but now we venture where few have dared. Welcome to the heart of the Caledonian forest, where the trees and plants grow so thick with tartan that sunlight barely penetrates the canopy. Here, in this primeval landscape, dwells the rarest and most elusive of all wild haggis species, the deep forest haggis. While we've documented the outer forest haggis and middle forest variety, the deep forest haggis remains a tantalizing mystery. So rarely seen, it exists more in whispered folklore than scientific journals. What little we know about the deep forest haggis comes from fragments of evidence collected over centuries. Unlike their cousins, these haggis are thought to be nearly silent, communicating through subtle vibrations in the forest floor. Their diet remains a complete mystery. What little we think we know about these creatures comes from fleeting glimpses and questionable folklore. They're said to be smaller than their woodland kin, with eyes adapted for the perpetual twilight of the deep forest. Foraging patterns typical of other haggis species are absent here. While we've observed the feeding habits of other haggis species, the nutrition of these elusive creatures remains a complete enigma. Some theorize they might have developed a symbiotic relationship with the ancient tartan pines themselves, perhaps feeding on a rare tartan fungus found only on the roots of the oldest tartan trees. In the old stories, the deep forest haggis was said to be the keeper of the forest's magic. They were believed to eat the poisonous plants of the wood, transforming the toxins into wisdom. Some researchers propose that the deep forest haggis has evolved beyond the need for physical sustenance. They suggest that, like the land itself, these creatures draw life from the very stories told about them. In this hypothesis, every whispered tale, every wide-eyed child's question about the wild haggis, every tourist's hopeful scan of the undergrowth, all of these feed the deep forest haggis. They sustain themselves on wonder, on the human need for mystery and magic in the world. The deep forest haggis remains hidden, a shadow among shadows. But perhaps this is fitting, for this is the very creature that has captured the imagination of Scotland for generations. Indeed, when the old tales speak of wild haggis, when children gather round the fire to hear stories of the untamable beastie of the woods, it is this deep forest-dwelling haggis they speak of. This is the creature that has fueled Scottish folklore for centuries, the ultimate symbol of the wild, untamed heart of Scotland. As much as we yearn to unlock the secrets of the deep forest haggis, perhaps their elusiveness serves a greater purpose. In a world where so few mysteries remain, the deep forest haggis reminds us of nature's capacity to evade our understanding, to remain wild and unknowable. As we conclude our expedition into the deepest parts of Scotland's forests, we leave with more questions than answers. The deep forest haggis remains as mysterious as ever, a testament to nature's ability to keep her most precious secrets hidden in the shadows. In this ancient woodland, the wild haggis thrives, unseen and undisturbed, and perhaps that's exactly as it should be. The wild haggis in all its forms reminds us that there is magic in the unexplained, beauty in the unknown. It challenges us to preserve not just the creatures we can see and study, but also the legends that fire our imagination. For as long as there are forests to explore and stories to be told, the wild haggis will remain. Always sought, seldom seen, but forever a part of Scotland's wild and beautiful soul. As we conclude this journey through the enchanting world of wild Scottish haggis animals, we are reminded of the delicate balance between nature and human activity. The mythical haggis, in all its diverse forms, symbolises the wonder and mystery of Scotland's wild places. It is our responsibility to protect these habitats and ensure that the haggis and all creatures that share our world continue to thrive.